Talk about the fake out of a century. Jeez. Basically, what you saw was a moray eel attempting to hunt a mimic octopus. And unfortunately for the moray eel, the mimic octopus is quite literally the master of defense. They have the ability to not only camouflage, but they could change their color, their texture, and their shape at will. And they could change faster than humans could blink. Can you imagine looking at an octopus, blinking, and now you're looking at a rock? But the crazy part is not only do they have the ability to change into random objects, they could mimic other creatures in the ocean. They've been documented mimicking highly venomous creatures to avoid predators. We're talking lionfish, venomous snakes. Sometimes they'll even turn into a crab, go make friends with another crab just so it could get close and eat it. Talk about betrayal. In other words, this is the real life Mystique. I'm jealous. Yes, that was a mouse. Howling like a wolf. Specifically, that is the grasshopper mouse, also known as the werewolf mouse. These guys are basically fun-sized, fully carnivorous hunters. But they don't hunt normal creatures like a normal mouse. They've been documented hunting other mice, tarantulas, snakes. In what world does a mouse hunt a snake? But their personal favorite is bark scorpions, which just so happens to be the most venomous scorpion in the United States. However, these mini-sized John Wicks are masters at it. First off, they have some immunity to the venom, but even if they didn't, they rarely get stung because they have these ridiculous ninjutsu skills. But what really makes this mouse special is after they complete a hunt, they'll stand over the body and howl to the moon like a wolf to claim their territory. That is the coolest mouse on planet Earth. Sorry, Mickey. Yep, those are sharks in a river. I'm surprised I haven't covered this one yet. Those are bull sharks, and bull sharks are one of the big three most dangerous sharks on planet Earth. They're also considered to be one of, if not the most aggressive shark in the world as well. It's like swimming attitude problems. But the biggest thing that makes these sharks so dangerous is the fact that they don't need to swim in salt water to maintain their salt balance. And because of that, they can swim in fresh water. They're literally found in rivers all over the world. If you're from the United States, they're even found in the Mississippi River and as far north as Illinois. There's bull sharks in Illinois. I don't like it. And because of this, they end up eating a bunch of animals that they're not supposed to, like dogs and cows and humans. I don't like swimming anyways. It's overrated. If anxiety was a video, it's this one. What's wrong with that fish? Bowser over here is an alligator snapping turtle, which is basically nature's little trap. Basically, they just sit underwater with their mouth wide open, waiting for some dumb fish to make a mistake. And they could stay underwater for up to 30 minutes due to something called cloacal respiration, which means they could breathe through their butts. Flex. But that's not all. The reason this fish didn't leave is because the turtle has another secret weapon. Their tongue is a fake worm. Like, their tongue is big, and the fish see it, get mesmerized, and then get eaten. Oh, and by the way, these things have like a 1,000 pound per square inch bite force, which is the same as a bear. So, there's that. Yes, that's an elephant. You probably want to know what animal is standing next to it. Meet the eland. You can only find them in the savannas of Africa, and this is the largest species of antelope on planet Earth. And by largest, I mean these things could get up to 7 feet tall and 2,200 pounds. That's like 5 times the weight of a lion. But because they're so big, these guys are an enormous problem for predators to deal with. And that includes lions. But then again, I mean, just look at one compared to a giraffe or a zebra. It's huge. Anyways, just so you're aware, you didn't miss an update. This character just doesn't spawn near you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Ben.
That's a nightmare caught on camera. Or is it? Orcas need no introduction. The black and white mafia is the tip top of the ocean food chain. They get up to over 20,000 pounds, and they travel in groups of up to 30 members. That is too big and too many. Not to mention, rumor has it that they have a 19,000 pound bite force. If that's true, That is the strongest bite force on planet Earth. And don't get me started on their intelligence. Obviously, these guys are basically the humans of the water. I mean, there's a reason that they're the only animals that hunt blue whales and great white sharks. So this person is probably screwed, right? Wrong. As dominant as orcas may be, there's only been one reported attack from an orca on a human in the wild ever. Not to mention, that person survived. The attack was believed to be an accident. And that's because they were on a surfboard. And underwater, that's what a surfboard looks like. It looks like a seal. It looks like lunch. The orca wanted lunch. In other words, call me crazy, but orcas like humans. And I would like to keep it that way. Most of the internet thinks that this is AI. And I get it. But it's not. That is a planarian flatworm. And it looks like venom. But what's even crazier than how they look is how they don't die. Scientists realize that if you cut a planarian flatworm in half, both halves will turn into two completely new worms. Like new brain, new heart, new everything. But it gets even crazier. They wanted to see how far it can go, so they decided to chop one of these up into 276 pieces. You know what they got? 276 new worms. But you want to know the craziest part? All 276 worms had the same memories. The memories transferred. And they know this because the original worm knew where its food was hidden. All of a sudden, 276 worms know where the food is. I'll say it again. Mother Nature don't miss. Oh, there's only one animal I know of that takes baseball-sized chunks out of flesh. Those attacks were from a cookie cutter shark. It's a small shark that has a bioluminescent stomach, which means it glows. This attracts fish to the shark, which is really messed up. And as soon as the fish gets too close, the shark attacks. But the crazy part is what the shark attacks with. This is their mouth. It's a circular mouth with a built-in suction cup. And basically, they just suction cup to their prey, turn, and chop out a perfect circle, like a carnivorous can opener. And we're talking 3 inches in diameter and 3 inches deep. That would do some damage. And in case you're wondering, yes, they've attacked humans before. And trust me, you do not want to see those photos. That fish should be everyone's best friend. That thing is saving the ocean's life. Basically, those fish were blowing on the sand to reveal a bobbit worm. And that's because a hidden bobbit worm is the most dangerous thing ever. Imagine this. A 10-foot long, fully carnivorous predatory worm. Yes, that actually exists. And honestly, it gets a lot worse than that. You see, bobbit worms bury themselves under the sand, with the only thing showing being their mandibles and these little antennas. And those antennas are sensors. They can sense pressure changes, movement, all kinds of things. In other words, those antennas tell them when there's a fish right above them. And once there is, the bobbit worm will pop up, grab that poor soul and pull it into the dark abyss. Not to mention, those mandibles can close so hard that sometimes they chop the fish in half. So, there's that. But it still gets worse. Humans tried chopping one of these in half, and you want to know what happened? Both halves turned into 2 new worms, like the venom worm I talked about earlier. But there is a bright side. I mean, at least they're not dangerous to humans, right? Wrong again. Running down the sides of a bobbit worm are venomous spines. And if you get stung by a bobbit worm, you could be dealing with permanent nerve damage. This is a real life nightmare. No, thank you. I gotta do this more often. Reacting's fun. I appreciate you guys for sending me these videos to react to. I don't know where you find them. The darkest crevices of the internet. If you want me to react to a video, just send it to me. I see all of them. And other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Stay odd, and as always, subscribe for more facts.